Vanguard appear to be adding 4 potential new ETFs to the market. And one of them could be one of the cheapest global funds out there. But we do need to talk about each individual one, what the potential costs are. I think these are more for professional traders, not retail, so there will be a little bit of a different kind of fee, but overall, they do look more sensible than what's on the market already. The information just came from this. It is the Vanguard Funds Prospectus. Basically, page 35 of this is a link below if you're interested. It will go through them as well as 3 new bond products. Now, these have not, keyword, not been launched yet. We don't have confirmed tickers, we don't have confirmed availability or a definite launch date, but we do know the names and what we could be expecting later down the line. Now, the first one is called the FTSE Global All-Cap. Long story short, covers everything, pretty much. Covers developed and emerging markets, large, medium, and small companies. All the details can be found on this document. I think it's page 602 and then 605, I believe. There's a link below, as I say. There you go, 29th of January 2027, unless such a period is shortened or extended. So we've got a kind of rough ballpark point here. But as I alluded to before, we have fees. Unhedged, 0.07, and hedged, 0.10. Thing is though, this is more than likely for professional market traders or investors. So be mindful of that. It may not be perfect because I'm going to go through and compare why this is important. Because as an example on my screen here for the VWRP, the All-World Fund currently, it is 0.14%, which is a good value. It has came down a lot. This holds roughly 4,000 stocks. It's good. It's done really, really well over the last couple of years, and it's all right. But the situation is very, very clear here. If you're going to have a product that does everything without you having to buy 2 or 3 ETFs to cover everything, and it's a lot cheaper, it's going to make this one a little bit more redundant. So got to be mindful of that. You don't want to go from product to product to product to product all the time because that could cause absolute chaos. But when we talk about this product alone, for it to be a one-click solution for everything and potentially a better or similar sort of price, this could be very, very, very popular. Because if it does cover the small caps, it could be looking at 7,000 to 8,000 stocks, which is obviously going to be much higher. Now, the second one is a all-world fund, which excludes USA. So this will cover developing and emerging markets. It will cover large and medium-sized companies, but more importantly, it excludes America, which is quite important. Same sort of vibes in terms of the data and the information. Again, all links are below. All the information is here if you so wish to read it in more detail. But again, same sort of situation around the closing period. This is the 29th of January. And more importantly, the fees are 0.12% for unhedged or 0.15% for hedged. But people will be like, well, why does this matter? I want to always have American exposure. The situation is pretty clear. You cannot mix, say, the All-World Fund and, say, the S&P or the NASDAQ because there's the two interlinked, the two intertwined too much. Because as I say, right, if you jump in on the All-World Fund and also have the S&P 500, you're going to see it's a 61% overlap. Quite heavy. So it kind of removes that mess that you may have and it makes it a bit easier. And as you can see, the combined weights and stuff, not ideal, so having that could allow you to say have the S&P and also that. By the way, reducing America doesn't mean it any more diversified or automatically safer. It's just, it gives people more options to have something that isn't. And I know there's other products out there that already have, America excluded, that's fine. But more to the point is everyone, and, feel free to let me know in the comments, but my comment section or my email section or Facebook, whatever, everyone pairs this and the S&P 500. It's just an automatic thing. You can get better if you don't do that, in my opinion. So it just allows it to happen. So it allows you to be a bit more flexible, in my opinion. Now, the third one that they're adding is quite simple. It's the small caps and something that, it's got to track the global small cap index. It's developed in emerging markets, but more importantly, Vanguard don't tend to do this very often, so this is quite good. And the fees are a bit heavier here for the small caps, which you can kind of expect in some way. So once I scroll down to here, again, 29th of January, same sort of vibes, but this one's a lot more expensive, 0.22% or 0.25%. Again, this could be higher because obviously small caps, and I don't know if this is for professional traders or not. However, Could be very, very useful for people who are in the All-World fund now and they don't want to swap from the All-World fund, but they want to add some more diversification, because this can add a whole new tier to your investments because you're covering a different market. This is something that's quite important when you look at diversification. Everyone goes, oh, you can have 10 ETFs, cool, sweet, whatever. No, have a couple of ETFs, but make sure they do different things. This is an example of doing a different thing, if that makes sense. This, in my opinion, is quite an interesting side shoot for Vanguard, especially if it's like you want to have, say, the All-World fund, or if you want to have a certain type of funds and a bit more volatility/growth, you can just plonk it in there with a low percentage of your portfolio. And the final one that I want to cover is the Vanguard ESG Developed World All-Cap. This tracks the developed markets all-cap, sorry. So large, medium, small companies, developed markets only, no emerging markets. It probably does have an ESG rating very, very high. So as you can see, it is an ESG one, so probably B or higher, which is quite good. The fees aren't too bad on here. Again, same sort of vibe of the 29th of January. But as I say, going down here, I think it's 0.14 or 0.17. So not too bad. But again, it's covering probably more Europe, America, developed markets, and probably be quite similar to what I've got with my LG fund, which is quite good. But as I say, it just depends. I mean, this could be a really good choice for a lot of people as well, especially if you don't want to have certain things. So if you don't want to, say, adult entertainment, if you don't want to have tobacco, certain fossil fuels, maybe controversial, war-y stuff and weapons. So for a lot of people, this could be a very, very good option for, just that little bit of a moral compass. But at the end of the day, it gives people options and choices. And there's 4, I think, very, very rounded ETFs here from Vanguard that could be coming to the market very, very soon that could offer a better product line. I do think sometimes Vanguard mud the waters a little bit with what they do. With certain things, they have too diversified funds, or not enough in some cases, or they try and do it themselves for you. But these are pretty solid, and I think we're seeing now as well, with the fees coming down a little bit, they're trying to compete with others. This, by the way, with the ESG side of it, doesn't automatically guarantee that they're going to be bulletproof. They're not, it's personal. I don't tend to bother too much looking at them because I often find that not every stock's perfect, regardless of what those ratings are. I've seen it before where some stuff are in it and think, oh, man, there's been controversy there in the past 20 years ago, but they don't really factor that in. So just be mindful. You can't be perfect. Yes, as you can see, the standout winner for me, in my personal opinion, would be the all-cap one. It would be brilliant, in my opinion, for pensions as a one-click solution, global, large, medium, and small cap assets all in one place without having 2 or 3 or even 4 funds in some cases at a very, very good price. Obviously, yes, I'd argue that the small cap version ETF essentially will add of what is missing for a lot of people if they want the all-world fund. If people want, say, the VWRP and then that would be a really good satellite alongside it. But again, you've also got to talk about the all-world sort of fund without the USA, because essentially you can have options and put the NASDAQ in there, the S&P 500 in there, to offer a bit more kind of availability to certain things without the silly overlap. But the question is as well, and let me know in the comments if you do want to switch to any of these products, what do you do? Should you switch when they come live? For me, I would just wait and see what the tickers are, wait and see what the platform availability is like. Obviously, they may not be on certain things for a while. Obviously, the fund size, the trading volume has to build, but not to mention as well, tracking, is it worth it? Is it going to be a correct sort of fund for you? It might not be. So give it a bit of time. They may take a bit of time to get off the ground, but if they do come live, they might be perfect. But don't go selling what's doing well right now just because you've got a little bit of cold feet or you want something. If any of this, by the way, makes any sort of sense and you want to kind of swap things a little bit, you can always add to what you've got with different providers. There is other providers out there that offer stuff out here like this anyways. If you did enjoy my content, please do leave a like, subscribe, and comment, but mainly as well, jump in the link below to my website. If you like what I showcased on the screen and just before recently, you can get a lot of that value anyways with the stock side of it, as well as all the updates I've just rolled out today. I will be changing this page soon anyways, because I want to make it easier for people to understand. But basically, long story short, the screen is amazing now. I can't believe some of the stuff I've added to it, to be honest with you. And if you've not yet done so, please do watch this video. This will help you massively understand what my methodology is with investing.